Let's jump right in. Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something pretty amazing, a totally frustration-free method that literally makes learning a new language, well, fun. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by, those endless vocabulary lists or impossible grammar rules, you're absolutely going to love this. We're looking at a revolutionary approach from Ulid Shadadi. He's the founder of Lingualid, and he's completely flipped the script on language acquisition by making the whole process genuinely joyful. So here's a crazy thought. What if learning a language was exactly like falling in love? We kind of need to rewire our brains here. Stop looking at it as this boring, tedious chore you just have to slog through, and instead, think of it as an exciting new romance. Because when you treat a language like a new relationship, your brain engages with it in a totally different, super motivated, and really fun way. Okay, let's dive into this blueprint to fluency without the boredom. We'll be hitting 5 steps today. Fall in love first, discover your quick wins, master the basic blocks, start texting native speakers, and immerse yourself in audio. Section 1. Fall in love first. So before you even think about opening a textbook or downloading a flashcard app, Walid suggests a massive mindset shift. He says, see when you like someone and you start to do your own investigations, it's the same. And honestly, think about that. Before memorizing rigid rules, you should investigate your target language. Look into its culture, its history, the different varieties. You're basically stalking a new crush. You're learning their whole backstory before you really commit. And here's why that initial crush phase is just so vital. Love makes you forget the hard things. When you build a genuine fascination and affection for a language's culture, you completely bypass the intimidation of the tough stuff, like grammar and conjugation. That passion just drives you forward, making the actual learning process feel incredibly fun and natural rather than forced.
Section 2. Discover your quick wins.
Now, what's really interesting here is how you can build immediate confidence using something called cognates. These are words shared across different languages that look and sound super similar. Walid points out that before learning anything brand new, you should hunt down these shared words. It gives you an instant, massive vocabulary boost. Now, yeah, you do have to watch out for false friends, words that look similar but mean something totally different, but focusing on the true cognates, it's literally like finding free money in your pocket. To put that into perspective, look at how interconnected these languages really are. Take the word sugar in English. In Spanish, it's azúcar. In French, it's sucre. And in Arabic, it's azúcar. You can literally hear that shared root across 4 completely different languages. Once you realize just how many of these shared words exist, your confidence skyrockets instantly because you realize, hey, I'm not actually starting from zero. Section 3. Master the basic blocks. Think of this as the first dates phase of our relationship analogy. You want to strip your language interactions down to the absolute bare essentials. The most used adjectives, the most used nouns, and infinitive verbs. But the real trick? Don't just memorize them as isolated words. You've got to learn these foundational blocks simultaneously within full sentences. Doing it this way helps you naturally grasp the structure of the language without having to slog through a dense rulebook. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can handle grammar without tearing your hair out. Walid breaks conjugation down into 3 highly digestible steps. Step 1. Just learn I and you in the present tense. I mean, for a simple conversation, you don't really need to talk about other people at first, right? Step 2. Learn the phrase I'm going to for the future tense. And step 3. Learn I just did for the past. With just those 3 simple frameworks, you can absolutely handle basic first date style conversations with zero overwhelm. Section 4. Start texting native speakers. All right, this is the going steady phase. You're officially stepping out into the real world. Now that can be a little scary, so Walid recommends the translator strategy. When you're texting native speakers, just keep a translator app always on. Translate every single word you don't know, and make sure you actually listen to the pronunciation in the app. As you keep texting and conversing, you'll see your vocabulary naturally increase. And over time, the need to rely on that translator will just gracefully fade away as the words lock into your brain. Now, you might be wondering, why would a native speaker spend time texting me? Well, it's all about the language exchange economy. It's the perfect trade. Say you speak English and want to learn French, and someone else speaks French and wants to learn English. You simply start practicing and teaching your native tongues to each other. It's mutually beneficial, super engaging, and the best part, it's entirely free. So if you want to know exactly where to find these language partners online, Walid has some highly actionable recommendations. You can find native speakers who are actively looking for exchange partners right on Facebook language exchange groups or by downloading dedicated apps like HelloTalk. The community is literally out there right now just waiting for you to jump in.
Section 5. Immerse yourself in audio.
Waleed makes a really profound point here. True communication only happens after you actually get what they're saying. Listening to podcasts and audio in your target language is absolutely vital. You can know all the vocabulary in the world, but if you can't comprehend another person, you can't really communicate. Immersion trains your ear so you can actually participate in the back and forth dance of a real conversation. So the crucial point is how you actually get all this audio effectively. Waleed has this clever 7-day trick. He uses an app called Innovative, which has learning podcasts for a ton of languages. The app gives you a 7-day free trial. Well, in his own words, during that free week, he went in and downloaded more than 2 gigabytes of MP3 and video lessons. It's such a brilliant way to gather an endless supply of practice material right from the get-go. Which brings us to our final question for you. Which language are you going to investigate today? We've just seen how to completely transform this process from a boring academic drill into a really fun relationship-building adventure. From finding those quick-win cognates to texting with a translator, the whole blueprint is right in front of you. So pick a language you've always had a little crush on, do some investigating, and start that new romance today. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and happy learning!